Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Got some huge news about Halo the Master Chief Collection. It looks like the entirety of the collection might be released by the end of 2019. That means Halo Reach 1, 2, 3, ODST, and 4, all of those games to be out by the end of the year, and that's very surprising to me. However, Splash Damage, who are helping out with the PC port of the game, said something that points really to that, and I do want to talk a little bit about that. Also, some sort of major Borderlands announcement is coming tomorrow. I imagine it's the announcement of Borderlands 3. Gonna give you guys some insight on that, and I do honestly believe that, yes, unfortunately, this could very well be an Epic Games Store exclusive. Randy Pitchford, the CEO of Gearbox, has been very pro on Epic Games Store, and if you actually follow him on Twitter, he's put out some interesting tweets questioning why people hate on Epic Games Store, and I do think some sort of partnership might be looming over there. And I do want to round out the video by taking a look at some great game deals available right now. DL Gamer has a great deal on Nier Automata. That game rarely goes on sale, but now you can finally get it south of $25, and I've been talking about the Elder Scrolls 25th anniversary. However, they are running a pretty good sale right now on a variety of their titles, so we'll talk that as well. As far as Halo MCC goes, which I know a lot of you guys are excited for, myself included, Splash Damage sent out a newsletter with some interesting info, and here's what they said. Halo the Master Chief Collection. The cat is out of the bag. We're incredibly proud to be working closely with Microsoft once more, this time on bringing Halo the Master Chief Collection to PC. Halo sits alongside Gears as one of gaming's biggest franchises, and we're thrilled to be the only UK studio where you can work on both. Halo Reach is coming first, with the rest of the titles scheduled throughout the year. Now, to me, this is a little bit surprising because that is effectively, 6 game releases? I always get the number mixed up because there's Halo Reach and ODST, which is a separate game you have to count in. But we have 9 months left in the year. I imagine that Halo Reach wouldn't be released until at the earliest, the early summer period, so maybe June. But 343 has actually been pretty quiet about the status of the game. They just keep saying the games will release when they are ready. I imagine they're just saying that just to avoid any PR backlash that comes with, say, delaying the game if they had to. What is really the point of announcing the release date or even a release window? But just by saying they'll come when they're ready, I think that gets us excited already. Just the premise of Halo MCC coming to PC had us excited. You don't need to generate more excitement at this point by announcing a release window or a release date. Just saying they'll come when they're ready, that gives them a lot of ease of mind and knowing that they could just work on the game. They don't have any deadlines they need to meet, and they could just focus on creating the most compelling PC version possible. However, all of these games being released before the end of 2019, that would be tremendous. I do think Halo Reach is closer to completion than a lot of us are thinking, considering the flight tests are going to start pretty soon. You can sign up for that. And one would have to think, after the release of Halo Reach, what more work do they really have to do to get the other games working on PC? At that point, the fundamentals are already there. I just imagine the issues there being is just testing out the games, making sure the servers are good, making sure you can implement all of the new content with the release of every new game and have it implemented into the existing games, no problem. But one would also have to question, is it really effective to release the game, say, 1 game a month? Are you releasing the games too quickly? I think that is an argument that could be made. I think you could really milk the releases, and we do know that they're going to be released one by one, and based on what I've heard thus far, you'll be forced to buy each game one by one until the release of the final game, and then you could buy the Master Chief Collection as a whole and get the entire collection for one price. But as they're releasing, you have to buy them one by one. So theoretically, you could release Halo Reach in May, charge $20 for that. Then you could release Halo 1 in August, charge $20 for that. You can release Halo 2 in November, charge $20 for that, and so on and so forth. And I think that would be a good way to do it. But if they want to get every game out before the end of the year, you're really putting out each game, once every month and a half. Those are pretty quick releases. Whatever they decide to do, gamers are going to be all over this. Halo Reach is going to do incredibly well on PC. All of the Halo titles are going to do incredibly well, and as long as they're good PC ports, this is going to be a major release for Microsoft, because for the coming years, for the next 5 to 10 years, honestly, these are games that are going to create residual revenue for Microsoft going forward. This is a game that whenever somebody buys a PC, they're going to think, hey, let me go check out Halo on Steam. That's what many gamers do with Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto 5 is a game that still creates that residual revenue for Rockstar, and Microsoft is absolutely creating that with Halo the Master Chief Collection, and that's why I think it's so effective to release these games on PC. And based on what Splash Damage is saying, it looks like we might get the entire collection before the end of the year, so that's super exciting. Next up, there is a Borderlands teaser trailer that is running around. The Mask of Mayhem teaser trailer, and the Borderlands official Twitter account put out this: Mayhem is coming. Tune in tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific at Borderlands.com for Gearbox's official PAX East live stream. This is making the rounds, and I do imagine that this is going to be the official revelation of Borderlands 3. Everybody and their mother knows that this game is coming. This game has been in development for a very long time. This is Gearbox's claim to fame, and everybody's been wanting a Borderlands 3, and I do imagine that if this game is revealed, it's already at a near finished state, and it's a game that's going to be ready to be released by the fall time. I don't think that's too big of a far cry. I do think that this is going to be one of those big games that's released in the holidays. Now, the real concern that I have is I could very well see this game being an Epic Game Store exclusive. From everything that I've seen, Randy Pitchford, the CEO of Gearbox, has been very positive towards the Epic Game Store. You just read between the lines a little bit, and it seems like he's completely open to Epic Game Store, and you are kidding yourself if you don't think Epic has had some sort of line of communication with Gearbox and 2K about creating some sort of Epic Store exclusivity. I also offer you this: 2K Games is owned by Take-Two Interactive. Take-Two Interactive also owns Private Division. Private Division is publishing The Outer Worlds. The Outer Worlds, would you look at that, that's an Epic Game Store exclusive. So if you're thinking that the line of communication for Borderlands 3 to become an Epic Game Store exclusive, if you're thinking that isn't open, you are kidding yourself. There has definitely been dialogue exchanged, and the real question is, have they come to an agreement? I would love to see the game release on Steam right from the get-go, but I honestly, at this point, I'm thinking there's a 60 to 70% chance that this game will be an Epic Game Store exclusive. And at the end of the day, this is the type of game that the Epic Game Store really needs. They got games like Metro Exodus, but Borderlands 3 is a step above that. And if you got Borderlands 3 exclusive to your store for a year, if you got the Outer Worlds exclusive to your store for a year, man, those are some major game releases in 2019, speculative on Borderlands 3 being a 2019 title. But those two games would be pretty major in getting people to come on over to the Epic Game Store. I think that speculation is going to turn off a lot of people right from the get-go. We don't know for sure, but again, just reading between the lines, just based on thinking about it from an objective standpoint, 2K Games being owned by Take-Two, Take-Two owning Private Division, Outer Worlds being an exclusive, and just based on the type of titles that Epic Games is going after, Borderlands 3 would obviously be on their radar and obviously would be on their crosshair. Again, it just comes down to, could they make some sort of an agreement? And they probably could come to an agreement if they want to, considering they have an obscene amount of money from Fortnite, and they can really do whatever the hell they want. It's really up to Steam at this point to compete and offer the incentives to track that game over. But at the end of the day, you can release your game for a 1-year exclusive time period on the Epic Game Store, take a bunch of money up front, and then a year later release the game on Steam, and then a bunch of people are going to buy the game on Steam anyway. From the standpoint of 2K Games and Gearbox, that is the best route to go from a financial standpoint. From the consumer standpoint, it is a little bit of a bummer, but a lot of you guys are open to using the Epic Game Store. So if you do really want to play Borderlands 3, you're going to be able to do so just through the Epic Game Store. And again, that's if that theory comes to fruition. That is just speculative on my part, but we should find out come tomorrow. And lastly, I do want to give you guys the heads up on some great PC game deals running right now. DL Gamer has Nier Automata 60% off for $24. Nier Automata very rarely goes on sale, and I know what you guys are thinking. Nier Automata Game of the Yorha Edition just came out. Unfortunately, this is the base game, so you won't get that DLC. However, that DLC is pretty superfluous. It's a lot of cosmetics and a lot of things that bear no meaning to the actual game itself. So if you just want the base game, if you just want the Nier Automata experience, $24 for it is really good. Automata is a great game. Seems like some people had some issues with it on PC. I played through the entirety of it on PC and I had no problems. Obviously, that's a little bit anecdotal. And I had a tremendous time with the game. A phenomenal JRPG done by Platinum Games. You've got that fast-paced action gameplay, but you've also got the great presentation that the original Nier was known for. The awesome music, the interesting storytelling, although a little bit jumbled at times. You gotta play through the game multiple times to get the entirety of the story, but it is a very, very interesting game. And if you dig Platinum Games' action-oriented titles, if you want a more interesting JRPG, Nier Automata is absolutely worth it. And lastly, I do also want to give you guys a heads up on the Elder Scrolls 25th Anniversary sale that's running on Steam right now. Some pretty good deals available on that. The Elder Scrolls Online Somerset is 40% off for $12. ESO, the standard game, is 50% off for $10. As far as the Elder Scrolls games themselves, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition is 40% off for $24, so that's kind of pricey still. Honestly, at this point, that game should probably be south of $20. That does include all the DLC, and Skyrim is pretty much an essential game to own on PC with all of the mod support and everything you could do with the game. It's got a crazy amount of longevity and a game that can keep you busy for a very long time, so from a value standpoint, it's absolutely worth $24. It's just been out for a while, and I would like to see it a little bit cheaper. But nonetheless, if you don't own Skyrim, you should obviously have that in your library. The other Skyrim experience, Skyrim VR, is 35% off for $39. Skyrim VR is pretty good. If you want to take Skyrim to VR, if you want to see the dragons in VR, yeah, it's a pretty cool experience, and I would recommend that as well. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Game of the Year Edition is 50% off for $7.49, and if you don't want to bother with the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind on the Bethesda store, it's free over there right now. You can get it on Steam 50% off for $7.49, so I just wanted to highlight all of those deals as well. And that's going to conclude this video. It does look like Halo the Master Chief Collection, all of those games will be out before the end of 2019. I'll keep you guys posted as we hear exact release dates, and do remember, Halo Reach's flight test will be kicking off very soon. And I do think that game is going to be out relatively soon, maybe end of May, early June to correlate with E3. I think that would make a lot of sense. We're going to hear something Borderlands related tomorrow, probably the revelation of Borderlands 3. What I'm really interested in, is this game going to be an Epic Games Store exclusive for a year? I do think it's very possible. And lastly, do check out those deals on Nier Automata and the Elder Scrolls 25th Anniversary Sale. Some good deals as a part of that. That's going to conclude this video. If you guys have a request for a future video, leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button, so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.